Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's stream. I hope you all are doing well tonight. I'm currently just finishing up a little bit of work on this Railway Express car I've been working on. Just want to finish filling in some of these gaps in the window fills. And then we'll jump into what we're actually going to start with tonight, which is a fun box. One that I was informed about by a certain late night hobbies, who I don't think is out there tonight. I don't think he will be out here tonight, that is. A little bit more in there. But we'll let some folks kind of trickle in here before we get to that, and I'll keep working on this this car in the meantime. So this is this was a Microtrains troop sleeper that I've been slowly converting into a New Haven Railway Express Agency express boxcar. So this is where it's at right now. I'm just kind of cleaning up a little bit of the gaps that were left when I blanked out the windows and sanding it down so it's all nice and flat. And then once that is done, I'll give it another coat of primer and then mix the paint. So this has been a fun little project to work on, and hopefully I will be able to have it roughly done in time for the New England RPM, or excuse me, Northeastern RPM, or Railroad Prototype Modelers Meet, which will be at the Sheraton Monarch in Springfield, Massachusetts on the 29th and 30th of May. And I am very excited to be going back there for my second year. Let's start to say hello to some folks. Dennis was here first. Good to see you, Dennis. Josh, welcome in. Scott, good to see you. There's Garrett. How you doing? Mitch. Heath. Yes, number 2676429. All of those are all streaming tonight, Heath. So better open up several tabs. Hey Matt, welcome in. The party shall get started now that you have arrived. And Scott, good to see you guys all tonight. Hope you all are having a lovely night. It's been a couple minutes. We'll go ahead and start talking about this box here. And grab it. So this box is from... Whoa! This box is from Redacted, apparently, according to my light. There we go. This box is from Lombard Hobbies. I was alerted, actually, to this box in Heath's Discord server by Joey from Late Night Hobbies. And he pointed out to me that Lombard Hobby was currently running, for a limited time, a... what was it? Mystery box deal with N-Scale. One DCC ready locomotive, 2 high-end freight cars, for I think it was like $150, $160, something like that. So I said, all right, we'll give it a try and we'll see what we get. And worst comes to worst, I can always resell everything if nothing is that I get is anything that I really need or want. But regardless, it is going to be a lot of fun to see what we get from Lombard. So let me, where did I put my knife? There it is. We'll use my my 2-truck Heisler knife to get this box opened up here. And find out what it is. Hey Don, Good to see you. Oh, I missed your first message, Don. So, good to see you. Sorry, I missed your message. For some reason, you never show up in the top chat. I'm not sure why, but I can see your messages when I jump to the live chat. So, I see you. I see you're here. If there's only two, what is the plural of Dennis? That would be Dennisai, I believe. Dennison, maybe. There's Paul. Good evening, Paul. Good stream tonight. Getting some work done on your layout expansion. Pretty fun. I was just getting this box open. This box from Lombard Hobbies, which is their N-Scale mystery box. So, we're going to see what we get here. And then we're going to do some graphics work. Those guys, yeah, that works, Dennis. Trouble. I think the plural of Dennis would be trouble, Don. Okay, so let's pull the camera back here. Pop this open and take a look. Cardboard, my favorite. How did they know? Alright, let's Ooh. Hello. Of course, we have the classic Lombard Welches. Wouldn't be a Lombard order without Welches. And I seem to have 4 boxes here, which I am not. I'm not complaining about 4 boxes being here. That's my paperwork, which just double check that it's all good. Yes. Good. Let's get that out of the way. That way I don't dox myself on accident. We've got a HO scale and scale ruler, which is actually nice because I have been doing a little bit of HO scale work here and there, and now that I actually have an HO scale, I didn't have an HO scale ruler, so it's good to actually have. And it's also kind of an HO to N scale conversion ruler. And then we've got the Lombard Hobby bag, which I will be putting to use going to shows and things. But here is our 4 things, and I see a Scale Trains box in there. I see a Repeato box in there, an Athearn box in there, and looks like another Athearn box in there. So let's go ahead and get into these. Let me cut into the tape. Oops. Let's get the light up there. That way I can still see and you can still see. Where did I just put the knife? There it is. They want my package to be infested by ants? No, they want me to have a tasty treat when I get my trains. Let's cut through the tape here very carefully. If I get anything cool, that's the box I should have gotten. If I didn't, then you're glad you didn't get a box. Exactly, Don. Okay, so there we go. So yeah, pretty much done. So we're gonna see what everything is here once I can dig into all of this, and we will see what everything is here, and we'll see if there's anything I can actually use or if it's all going to go to new homes. Okay, so we have some pretty exciting things already I'm seeing. So first off, we got this Athearn. This is something I already know I can use. This is a 2893 covered hopper for the Milwaukee Road. I can definitely use this. It's the right era. It's got an ACI label and it's got a cot box on it. It's primed for grime as well, which is nice. So I can figure out some weathering on this. I need to look a little bit into what the 2893s would have carried. But if nothing else, this will be a great addition for through freights on at train shows. So already off to a good start. Something I can use. This is a Scale Trains coil car. This is really nice. I don't. This is a CTRN coil car with the coils and everything because it's Scale Trains includes those. So that's pretty neat. Trying to. Oh, there's the tape. It's like, why is it salt might be a commodity for those? You know, that's a good point. I'll have to look into that, Paul. It is definitely $28.93 is it's the right that is the right rough capacity. So come on, tape. There we go. So here is the car itself. Yes, exactly, Mitch. The Milwaukee Road. So I saw a sample of this car back when they were doing the road the road trip a couple years back, and they came through. This is a nice car. I don't know that I have a use for it. I have to look into when this style of coil car would have come into service and what CTRN, when CTRN would have been around and used them. But you got the nice wood bedding, and then the actual steel coils themselves are very nice and hefty, which is excellent for adding weight to the cars. Sure did, Matt. I got Milwaukee, what is it, 98023, a PS 2893 covered hopper here from Athearn. All right, let's get this package back up here. What's the road number on the coil? So the coil car here, this is CTRN 500017 500017. Let me hold on. Let me come over here so I can actually get this all put back away. But this is a beautiful car. Some great details on it. In the 90s. Okay. So a little bit too modern for me. Ooh, what is this? Ah, end plates, it looks like, for the walkways. Nice. So it might be a little bit too modern for me, but I might be able to... I got a couple people who I know who might be interested in something like this. So that's nice. All right, what's this? Oh, I can absolutely use this. We've got ourselves an Athearn Top C trailer train car with the trailer hitches, which is perfect as I've been working on developing the BNCCS's. So I was getting the BNCCS. I'm getting the BNCCS's TOFC fleet going. CTRN was Central Tennessee Railway and Navigation, but in modern times it's just a UP reporting mark. Gotcha. So this is exciting because I've been wanting these, and this is this is exactly. Oh, this is nice and heavy too. This has really nice weight to it. It's probably a metal deck. That's a nice car. Trying to see when the latest marking is on here to see if I need to adjust anything, but it looks about right for 80s 80s, 70s, 80s trailer train traffic. So absolutely, Loon Link connection inbound, and that's actually something we're going to work on once we get into the second half of the stream. But that is extremely exciting, as it's something that I've 100%. Well, you know, these are things I've been, you know, I was like, well, pick some up slowly over time, but this certainly helps with that. I have a couple trailers right here that are waiting for paint. Well, we're really waiting for me to get decals going, but oops, that fell down in the box. Let's fix that. Make sure that stays nice and secure in there, because that is 100% a win. So that is awesome. 2 cars I can use. 1 car that's just out of era for me. Ooh, what is this? No way! That's so cool. I didn't even notice these. These came out of this Athearn box with the Topsy car. It has, not only does it have folded down Topsy hitches if you want that, but it's also got add-on ACI label plates. So it's accurate. Why did I choose the 80s? That's there's a long and winding road to kind of get there, but basically I landed on the 80s. Feet is skipping? Is that on my end? Does anyone else see that? Or is that maybe that might, I don't know. Does anyone else see me skipping around? It seems to be fine. I'm not sure. I'm sorry to hear you're skipping around, Dennis. So I chose the 80s for a few reasons. Really, I mean, my boundaries are basically 1975 to 1985 for most of what I'm on, but I really have focused in on like 1980, let's see, 1983 for now. Looks good here. Okay, maybe, hopefully it's just on Dennis's internet end then. But I chose like, really I've settled in around 1982 and 1983 for my modeling for a number of reasons. One, that is my yeah, well, I guess we'll start with first, that's when my dad was growing up. My dad was, you know, born in the mid 70s, so he was really growing up in the mid 80s. You know, he's told me stories about the trains he would see through the Hudson Valley here when he was growing up, and that kind of inspired me early on. Seeing some of that Conrail traffic up and down the Hudson, and seeing the Conrail reroutes over the Beacon line down through Dutchess County down to Beacon, stuff like that. So that's always been a big inspiration to me. Additionally, the 80s are, you know, kind of the tail end of the kind of rainbow era of all the mergers happening. So I can still have, you know, some faded, beat up New York Central, Pennsylvania, you know, that kind of stuff. I could have some Conrail stuff. I could have some Penn Central stuff. I could have all these different roads that are either, you know, very weathered and beaten and ready for full repaint and just patched, or I can have fresh new cars. I have a whole bunch of different types of cars coming into service, going out of service. So it's a very interesting time on the railroad. And then it works for me based on how I kind of developed my story for my freelance. Basically, my freelance story is that the New Haven, when they were facing financial difficulties in the mid-50s, they were basically my railroad, which was at the time a small, relatively small, kind of class 2, class 3 railroad in the Hudson Valley, was mandated as the official operator by the ICC of the New Haven. And through the magic of storytelling, I have my railroad turning the New Haven around a little bit and keeping it alive through 1980 when it officially merges in. So by by the mid 80s, there's still a lot of New Haven stuff around that hasn't been repainted yet. I can model all that. I can keep, you know, in my story, I can keep the Poughkeepsie Railroad Bridge from burning, and that, you know, helps me build my story. And then on top of all of that, it's a great time for weathering. So, you know, I love weathering. It's probably my favorite part of the hobby. And, you know, you get everything from fresh cars off the lot with just a dust on the bottom of the cars and the trucks, all the way to, you know, rust buckets ready to be retired and, you know, basically disintegrating. And it's kind of an interesting group of things to kind of all mix together. So that's some of the reasons why I chose to model, you know, the 80s. BN and Chessie and Rock Island and Conrail. I mean, what more could you want? Yeah, absolutely, Don. Good to have those classic flags for sure. Yeah. 3 Spike, welcome in. Hardly did any weathering yet. Been too busy building the houses and adding more stuff. Yeah, well, that stuff's fun too, so that's great. All right, and the last thing here, which is super cool. Absolutely not what I can, something I can use on my, yeah, for myself, but definitely something I could find an interested home for. We've got the Rapido box, which is a BC Rail -840 CM. This is like, I think, yeah, this is like the post 2010 repaint, or you know, spec on the paint. So it's far out of my era, and I think the -48 CMs didn't come out until the late 90s anyway. But BC Rail 4612, very cool engine. This is you know, this is DCC ready. It's not DCC equipped, so I can't test for any of the fun Rapido sound effects, but that is a nice engine. Oh, he just loves Penn Central. Don't let him fool you. Oh, I love Penn Central because green is a beautiful color to weather. So yeah, I love to weather Penn Central. Sure, we'll go with that. We'll go with that one, Paul. I've got a pair of worms right here. Oh, there we go. A pair of worms right here. An old Atlas Jeep 9. The couple worms on there I slapped on there and weathered the heck out of that thing. Gotta get that running again, but yeah, I would say this was a worthwhile buy for me. 2 cars I can use easily. 1 car that I could potentially swing, but more likely find some one of my friends who's modeling the 90s to pass it off to, and then a beautiful locomotive that I can definitely find someone interested in. If no one else, I already know someone who might be interested in it. So very fun little unboxing here. Anything BC Rail's a neat gift, more from the green scheme, but the red, white, and blue is appropriate. That is true. The red, white, and blue is very appropriate for the 250th. I've always preferred the green scheme is nice. The blue scheme is nice. I've always really appreciated the red, white, and blue. I've always thought it was a neat scheme. But yeah, so this is cool. I'm gonna actually take this out of the box and take a look at it. Take a good look at it. I might take it for a couple loops on a DC track or something. Yeah, definitely got my money's worth for sure. For 150 bucks, I mean, I think this alone, this locomotive alone, I could probably sell for 100, 110, 115 maybe. You know, because it's not DCC, I wouldn't sell it for much more than that. You know, I'll see what it's been going for online. And I'll of course take into account if I'm selling it to a friend, then I'll probably give you a little bit of a better price, but that's some nice detail on there. That's cool. Oh, the venting through the roof cowl. Yeah, that's cool. So, definitely got my money's worth. And I'm excited to, you know, start figuring out what all this is going to be. So, that's super fun. So So I wasn't sure what I was gonna get. I wasn't sure if I was going to thank or curse Joey, but I think a thanks is in order to share with my good friend Joey over at Late Night Hobbies. So I do have one other box that I got recently that I did open up already because I was pretty excited about what was inside of it. I wanted to test it out. Let me scoot over here and grab it. So I got this box on, I think it was Friday. From one Thomas Gazier of Split Rock fame. And, well, there's no fun box to open up here, but this is what Tom sent me. He sent me a Zhiyun Smooth 4 gimbal for my phone, and he didn't even charge me anything for it. I'm super, super thankful to Thomas for sending this my way for me to use, as I'm, always trying to make better content and make my streams better and stuff like that. This will help a lot with that. It's a full 3-axis gimbal. There we go. Full 3-axis gimbal. If I turn it on. So, very nice piece of kit. I am super, super thankful to Thomas for sending this to me. And next time I'm at a train show and I go live, you can bet that the streaming experience will be a lot nicer than it has been in the past. So I just wanted to quickly pop that out and say thank you publicly to Thomas, because this will help me both in video making and in streaming. Just make everything better for you folks out there. Because at the end of the day, that's my main goal. My main goal is to share this hobby and make it accessible to everyone. And when I'm not holding the camera super steady, it's not very accessible to a lot of people. So it's a great tool that I can use to share this hobby with more people and share my love of trains with everyone. So thank you so much, Thomas, for sending that to me. So, anyways, now that all of that is done and out of the way, capture, off. Boom. Let's start on what we are mainly focusing on tonight for the next hour and a half or so, which is decal making. So I'm going to take you guys through my full process of what I do to make decals for some stuff. So this is FMC 5077 boxcar. John, welcome in. Good evening. Good to have you here. This is a blank drawing from Trainiacs.net of FMC 5077 boxcar. I'm going to make a BNCCS version of this car for my friend, my good friend Sam sent me a couple of 5077s that he just had laying around that he didn't really want the paint scheme on, and he was going to sell them, but then he figured out, see if Dennis wants to paint them for me, and I can have a couple of his per diem cars on my layout. So I have 5277s and I have 5344s. I don't have any 5077s made, so I'm going to have to start the paint scheme process over again. So I'm going to quickly show you guys my full process here. So I use Adobe products just because that's what I've used for a while now, and it's what I'm used to. It's annoying how much they cost, but I'm a creature of habit. So we've got this. When I downloaded it from Trainiacs, I got it as a gift, so I gotta go to image mode and switch it to RGB color to unindex it. Garrett, have a good night, my friend. Thanks for popping in. hope you enjoyed the opening, and hope you have a good night. So now that it's an unindexed file, I can unlock this layer over here. I'm going to quickly make a couple layers. I'm going to select color range. I'm going to select white. And then I'm going to delete it. This is going to go up top. I'm going to come down to layer 1. I'm going to paint white over everything. So now I have a layer of white that I can turn on and off, and I have a layer of line work that I can turn on and off. So in addition to that, I'm going to select color range. I'm going to select the blue. I'm going to Control X that and Control Shift V that onto this layer. So now I have the line work on its own individual layer. And that's going to allow me to paint this a lot easier. So now I'm going to quickly name my layers. Line work. Sky. Background. Maroon. And then I'm going to need a layer for black as well. Oops. Maroon. I'm a maroon. Maroon. Okay. So in order to get the right color of blue, or not blue, maroon, for, oops, I opened the wrong file. I didn't mean to open the Illustrator file. I meant to open the Photoshop file. We're just going to open my business card file because that's the most recent one I had open. I'm going to go to my color picker tool over here, grab that, jump back over here, go to my brush tool, and I'm going to put the maroon under the black so I can just do this. Oops. What did I do? Oh, that needs to go there. Oh, I see what I did. Okay. I forgot to do this. So in order to make it easier for myself, I set up these layers at a time. You really don't need to. You could just carefully go in and paint all the pixels down here, but I just do this to make it easier on myself so I don't have to worry about being as precise. We'll go up here, paint, oops. There we go. And now I will select all of this. Paint that. Oops, paint it white. Paste that back there. Okay. Now, that's good. Oh, I also forgot I need a layer to go right here, which is rust. And I actually want to start with the rust color. So we're gonna get like, sure, that's a good rust color. Bring my pen size, or not pen size, brush size way down here. Let's go under the blue. Just paint in all of this. Erase anywhere where I get it outside of the lines. Now I'm going to go in and select. Oops. Select all of the areas that are part of the wheel. Now this step is not strictly necessary, but I always do it because because of how my brain is. By doing this, I can paint in all the rust. And you know, like I was saying earlier, this is just my process. Line work. Select all of this. Bam, bam. Get out of here. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. Select, select, select. So how has everyone's night been going? Hopefully everyone has been doing well. I'm just going to select everything and do it all at once. Don't know if it's just me, but I've gotten really quiet. Oh, interesting. Hopefully this is a little better, Scott. I was looking away from the mic, so that definitely could have been because I'm working on my right monitor, so hopefully this is a little better. Just watching. All right, fair enough. Click, click, click. Oops, don't select that. Select this. That. Pixels, how you doing, Billy? And or Danny. Yep, that's what it was. Good. I'm always quiet to you. Huh. I'm sorry to hear that, Don. So tonight, Billy and or Danny or whoever you are tonight, I am working on this FMC 5077. Oops. Paint scheme? Billy. Okay, good. Good to hear. I'm working on this FMC 5077 paint scheme to be able to paint a car for Sam of the Model Train people. But I gotta get the paint scheme on the car before I can make the decals. As far as your day goes, you didn't electrocute yourself, you didn't let out any of the blue soak, and you didn't burn yourself soldering. Fantastic. That is excellent to hear, Don. And that lighting thing you've been working on looks sweet. That looks like a fantastic solution to how expensive everything is. Have a good night, Mitch. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well, and have a good one. Hey, how's it going, Ed? Good to see you, my friend. Hope you've been well. We're going to go to black. That's good. And then I'm going to go to... Sure, that's a good pixel size. I'm going to go not to full black, but I'm going to go to like there. Sounds good, Dennis. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well, and have a good rest of your night, my friend. That's too dark. I need to bring it up a hair. That's better. the hose black. This is really something I probably could have and maybe even should have done ahead of time. But I wanted to show you my full process, everyone. Okay, and then fill all of this in. There. Okay. Turn this layer back on. What? What happened to the font? What happened to the text down here? I don't know what happened to the text that was down here. There was supposed to be text. Anyways. Hey, there he is. How's it going, Thomas? I was showing off your extremely generous gift a little earlier. Again, thank you so much for this. I will be putting it to good use, hopefully soon. I'll probably, if not sooner, I will definitely be using it to go live for a little while in the modeling room, or the model showcase room at the Northeast RPM at the end of the month. So thank you so much for that. I'm really, I got it set up. I think I balanced it right, so I'm fingers crossed it works well. But I did a little bit of testing with it, and it seems to have worked well. So I'm super excited to have a go at that. So thank you so much again for that. Ed started back to first shift today. Your sleep schedule's still messed up though. Yeesh. Yeah, I bet. I need to figure out where the text went. I might just have to open up another blank and just grab it. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I wanted a blank in a new file. Bring the blank up here, open. Why are you not opening? Oh, I definitely will, Thomas. Thank you so much again. Okay, what is going on with my OBS? Why is it doing this? Okay, there we go. All right. Oops, all of this down here should be black as well, but I'm mostly just frustrated as to why. Oh, I know why. All right, we'll just do it as a new layer. Sure. Grab, oops, there, to there, and then add that, Control C, this all the way over to there. Let's grab all of that. Very excited about the lighting project. Hoping you can get it all put together. Need to look at the power pickup solutions. Yeah, that's looking like it's going to be a really cool project. So, ooh, whoops. Definitely keep working on that, Don. And please keep sharing in you know, online and on Discord servers and stuff as you do work on it, because it's the merge these layers, because it's super neat. Let me quickly do one of these maneuvers. Bam. Get that fixed up, and then jump to the black layer. Everything underneath the car needs to be black, because the underside is black. And we'll do the we'll do that there as well. Perfect. And the other side, I need the coupler box to be black as well. Clean up all of this. I almost forgot I need to make the car ends black anyway, so that cleanup work I did on the ladder over there was totally useless. That, and then that. Now we're looking, now we're getting there. Good. Alright, now let's get the door. We're just going to select that. Is this for 3D printing? No, this is for paint scheme design and decal design. This is, you know, I use the Trainiacs drawings all the time to design my paint schemes, and this is not really a paint scheme I need to design because it's going to be just like my other BNCCS per diem boxcars, but I want the base drawing, that way I can get accurate decals printed, so I can paint it for my friend, Sam, and send them back to him. He sent me a pair of FMC 5077s to paint up for the BNCCS, and I don't want to just reuse the 5277 or 5344 decals, because I don't know, that's just the way I am. I like it to be accurate to what it should be. And so I will design a set of decals for the 5077s. So that's pretty much the paint scheme done. You know, black ends, black roof. Well, not really a black roof. Really, it's a bare metal roof. So I guess really I should fix that, but it's yeah, I'll fix it. Why not? Bare metal. There we go. I see a red boxcar door. Yeah, there it is. There we go. And then while I'm here, you also get the glad hands. Oops, that's what I need to do. I need to come up here and I need to erase this. Because the boxcar ends are black. The roof is just bare metal with some overspray. The door is black. And then the rest is Balfour Maroon, which is my, you know, custom mixed maroon color. Although actually looking at this, I think I grabbed the wrong color maroon. I think this is not the right maroon. Maybe it is. Let me grab another. Something I know I've done recently. Yeah, I've done this recently. Oh, nope, that's the Illustrator file. I need the Photoshop file. You see what he did there? Yes, exactly, Scott. See, Don's been playing with electronics again, enjoyed it in high school, then got into computers and the more traditional electronics outside, right? Nice. Crimson Mud, yes. That's what Paul likes to call it. We'll let him call it whatever he wants. Is this the same? Well, I guess it's the same. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the way it's looking on the monitor right now. It's looking a little brighter than I normally have it, but in any case, that's the save as, and we'll save it into the BNCCS Freight Cars Boxcars folder as 5077 paint. Oops. Paint. Okay. All right, and now we're going to jump over to Adobe Illustrator and actually do all the lettering for the boxcar. And I do have a number of reference images here pulled up, so that way I can get all the little lettering, as much little lettering as I can get. I don't know if I'm going to do the security device ones, just because I haven't. It's the one thing I haven't been able to see is as many prototype images as I really wanted to see. You know, lots of model images, but not really any era appropriate prototype images. Scott, absolutely. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks so much. Always appreciate seeing you around, and I will see you in the next one. Well, all right. You know what? I've been convinced. I'm going to do that. It looks like just the models don't have them. So, all right. We'll do the security device only, secure both tasks, etc. So, we're going to go to Adobe Illustrator. We're going to grab that recently finished file, Boxcars. Where is it? 5077 paint, and we're going to drop that in here. Let it load. And there it is. So there's our drawing file. And now we can, for reference, I'm just going to open up my 5277 one, just because it's the first in line here. And then I can, from here, I can just straight up grab all of this, all of this. I'm going to grab, excuse me, a lot of this stuff that I've already done to just import it. Excuse me. Copy that. And bring it in here and paste it in. Whatever, that's good enough for now. So now from here, I can actually lay it all out. So actually, I'm gonna, you know what? I am gonna bring that all up here. And then we can start bringing things into the frame. So let's start with the road name here. Whoops, I almost forgot. One of the most important steps that I always do is bring the image itself up and into I let it all go all the way up to layer line. There we go. And lock that there. Oh, goodness. So now I can click and drag and grab and whatever, and I'm never going to have to worry about that. All right, let's see. Will this fit? It looks like it will. Excellent. So I won't even have to redo any of the lettering, hopefully. We'll see. This is the more tight-fitting one. Yeah. I think that is going to have to go. Good evening, Sam. Fancy that you should come into stream here, as I am working on a decal set for your cars. This is I'm designing the decals for the PS52, not PS, FMC 5077s that you sent me. So I can get those going for you. What I'm gonna do, so I'm just gonna do this. Pull this all the way over there. Bring that to just an eye. There we go. Yes, indeed, Sam. Well, I've already done the painting. Now it's just the lettering, but yes. So all three of these, let's get them arranged vertically. Align there. And same with these, align. If I do this, will it do what I think? Yes, it did. Okay. That's what I thought it would do. So I'm glad that I was correct on that. Don't do that. Yawning is way too contagious. True. Yes, my apologies. So, before I continue, because we've got a whole new crop of folks who missed the beginning of the stream. So before I continue on, I'm going to switch back to my desk here and show off what I got in my mystery box today. So I did pick up from Lombard Hobbies. Let me bring Mikey back over here. That way you folks can still hear me. I went to, I was my friend Joey at Late Night Hobbies pointed out that Lombard was doing an N-scale mystery box. They advertised, I think it was 1 locomotive and 2 freight cars, all high-end DCC-ready locomotive and 2 high-end freight cars. I wound up getting 3. I don't know if I misread it and they were giving me 3 or what. I don't know. But I'm pretty happy with what I got. For $150, I got 2 cars I can use, 1 car that is just outside my range, and a locomotive that's well outside my range, but should be a very nice acquisition for someone. So I got this Milwaukee Road PS 2893 covered hopper, which is in the Athens Primed for Grime series. So it's got a couple patches on there and stuff. So that's going to be a nice, oh, there we go. Bulk grain and food products load only. So it's, will be grain loading. Bringing grain into New England on the BNCCS. I have to zoom in a little bit and see what the dates on the COTS boxes and stuff are. But that's, yep, I figured you'd like that one, Sam. That's number 1. Oh, and you can't have this one. This one is mine. If you want, you could have this one, which I think should be in your era, which is just outside of my era. This is a Thrall 48-foot 2-hood coil steel car. Salt is good. Yeah, salt is food, right? So this is one of the scale trains coil cars, which I am gonna look to offload to someone who wants one, because it seems to be just outside of my era from the research we did on stream earlier. Thanks to Don. But it is a very nice coil car. It's got 4 steel coil loads, 2, nice average brown, railcar brown hood covers, coil covers. So that's number 2. That's one I'm gonna look to offload. Number 3 is another thing that I am keeping. Hey, you know what? I forget you're modeling the 90s, yeah? So that is this one is CTRN, Sam. And if you're modeling the 90s, which is what I vaguely remember you doing, if you want this, we might be able to make a deal. But something I will definitely be keeping and using is this trailer train Topsy car from Athern, which is very nice, and will be immediately pressed into service on the BNCCS's trail liner service, our Topsy service that I've been developing, and depending on how quickly I get the 5077 cars, depending on how early I get the 5077 cars done, we might jump over to my trailers to get some decals for that going. So that will definitely be being used. And then the locomotive that I received is something I definitely will not be able to use, but it's something I very much appreciate, which is a BC Rail -840 CM from Rapido. It's painted for like the the thing says it's BCR post 2010 on the end here. So way out of my era, also way out of my locale. Also, it's a 6-axle, and I pretty much exclusively run 4-axle, but it's a very nice engine. And we'll be going to hopefully someone who's been looking forward to one. This is the DC version. It's DCC ready, so I can't even open it up, put it on the tracks and test out, if it has any silly sounds from Rapido. But it's a beautiful locomotive, and we'll hopefully be going to a fun home. Too bad it's not CNZ, right? You would definitely want it then. Yeah. So, oops. That's what I want to do. So, that's what I picked up in my what I wound up getting in the mystery box from Lombard Hobbies. I don't know if they have any left in stock, but that was a very worthwhile pickup for me. A car I could definitely use, a car I've been needing another one of, and a couple of nice cars, or a couple of nice pieces to sell to some friends. So, all right, back to this. So, I have the 5344s are in the 2500 series. The 5277s are in the 25200 series. So I guess the 5077s will be in the 25100 series. Because why not? This down here, and we'll just leave it as 100 for now. I'm thinking that the railroad would have gotten 25 of these, so anywhere between 25-100 and 25-125. I'm thinking they would have gotten 25 of each per diem boxcar type, and that I'm thinking they would have gotten 25 5277s, 25 5077s, and then 50 5344s. That's kind of the math that I'm working, the assumptions that I'm working under. So I guess I could, no, I'm gonna do each as its own 100 number series. So Sam, if there's any particular number you might, find interesting or fun, let me know. We can make that happen. Let's bring all this in here. I'm gonna jump to our reference photo here. One, 3, 4. I see what you're doing. Do I do 50 of each then, maybe? Because that would be a fun number to have. Alright, we're gonna do it. 50 of each per diem. 042 is going to be out of the question because that number would fall onto the 5344 series, so a different type of boxcar. So it would be anything 25-100 to 25-150 or 149 technically. I'll give you 25-142. Or 142. So that seems to be fairly standard layout for these. So capacity, load limit, lightweight. Right, I'm going to pull these over here. So both of these are going to get pulled out here. Let me check all my references here. Yeah, they all seem to have the numbers straight across the line. 25-025. 25-113. Okay, we'll do that for A113. Yeah, we'll do 25-113, and we'll do 25. So I'm looking now. All of these seem to have the same. Looks like maybe Helvetica fonts for the road numbers. So I'm gonna switch this to Helvetica. Helvetica standard bold. And we're going to bring it up to about that big. Maybe not bold, but also maybe a little smaller. No, definitely bold. Or maybe just a little smaller. There. That looks about right. And then all of this needs to become stencil. And it's not quite the right stencil, but it'll do. 134 is a number that happens to follow William everywhere. His motocross number of one of his locomotives. Gotcha. That would have been funny. Yeah, unfortunately, like I said, it's just out of the number range. I want to try and keep the number ranges pretty strict. Let's see, 2517. Or 1573. And then this is 62. 7. There's no jack here that I can find anywhere, so we're gonna get rid of that. But we are gonna have this, and we are going to panel, and we're gonna bring, oops, forgot to bring Mikey back over here. Now you guys can hear me. Let's see, it's okay. That looks about right. All right, so now I need to get the FMC logo in here. Yeah, you know what? No, I'm gonna get that next. Also, I want to try and find a better stencil font real quick. Stencil font. Let me see if I can find a better stencil font real quick. I don't like the way these stencils just feel a little too. Let me see the numbers in this stencil font. This might deal. This might do. I missed a pixel. No, don't tell me that. All right, we're gonna go with this one. Let me download this one. Install. Let's go with this font. Hopefully I won't have to fully restart the program here. That's all in stencil. That's all in stencil. No. Okay. Is there any other stencil lettering that I missed? No, this is all regular font. So we're gonna go up here. And this was Champion stencil, I think. Yes. There we go. Yes, that looks better. Now I can see it's too big. Yes, that looks about right. Good. Good. Okay. All right, now what? What's next? Okay, now is the time for the FMC. Nope, I need this and this to come over here. This is XM. What did I have the 5277s built? 79. Ooh, 78, 77, 78. 6. New. 6, 78. There we go. Let's get the plate C in here. There we go. And now I'm going to take this. Path. Where was it? Oh no, it was in here. Stroke. That's where it was, in the stroke menu. Dash line. 2 point? Nope. I want it bigger than that. I want it like maybe 4 point. That looks about right. Make this a nice square box. Remove that. Just like after, he's doing a new run of AC44s in HO with a rerun of the 6344 in the Great Ghost Mistake Scheme. Ooh. I always find that seem so interesting. Like, how did they release that from the shops? Like I guess they must have really needed the power. But I've always just been like, that's the fact that on UP of all railroads that happened is kind of crazy. I think I need to. Time to go. Alarm is set to 5 a.m. Oof. Good luck with that. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in, man. Always good to hear from you, Ed. And hope you've been. Hope you settle into a schedule. What? Why did it not take? There's a warranty dispute with GE because the logo caught fire. Oh, interesting. Alright, so this come up, and then this needs to go down to 2. Nope. 3. There we go. There's our plate C. Argument because the warranty covered yellow paint. Or the warranty about if the warranty covered yellow paint or not because it was an SP unit. Ah, I see. There's the plate C. Let's get this 50K in here. Okay. So the door opening info, that should all be the same because it's still a 10-foot wide Youngstown door. I think that's what the style of door is called. I don't know, whatever. It's the same door. Oh, I see. It's the other way around. Width 10.0, height 10. Oh, it's 10.5. Interesting. Okay, so it is a good thing I checked. And then we'll make this champion stencil regular and center that. There. There we go. Let's bring this in. One, 2, 3. Only to become champion stencil. I also need to bring it down to 2 lines because it's secure both hasps. For moving car, excuse me. Make this like a 8-point dash. That actually looks about right. Great. All right. Now all of this is gonna go right here, and this actually needs to come up 1. This needs to come out here. That goes like that. That goes like that. That comes down to like there. Sure. And then I need to bring this stroke down to maybe 1. 1 point. 1 point looks about right. this is a little much. All right, stroke. No, I want an 8 point, and then I want it at 1.1. No, all right, 6 point maybe. Sure, that looks about right. There we go. That's did. Perfect. Oh, no, okay, so it does need to be 8. Nope, not 8. 7. 6. That looks about right. That looks about what I'm seeing on my reference. So that's what we're going to go with. Excellent. Also, this and that need to both come in some more. Let me grab my little circle. Bring that down in here. Whoa, stop. Sure, that looks about right. Good, good. So now I need my 2 security device only tags, which look like this. And they're gonna come over here. Good, okay. And we will picker that. There we go. There we go. Good, and then we'll pull this down here. Whoa, too much. And this one actually says standard car seal only. And there we have it. That's the door. I'm going to try and get all the lettering done, and then I will jump to trying to get the FMC logo done right. But so far, that's what we've got, and I'd say it's looking pretty good compared to the reference images of the 5077s that I've gotten. Sounds good, Sam. Thanks for tuning in, man. It's always good to see you. And yeah, when I'm done with these, I'll shoot you a picture of everything on there, and you can enjoy that and appreciate it. But I will see you around, man. Have a good night. Let's grab. Actually, let's not grab that logo. Let me grab from my file the line work version of the logo. Because I made that mistake last time, and I don't want to make that mistake again. Of accidentally grabbing a PNG instead of a actual line work. I think that's the most recent one. Yes, that's it. Okay. On group. What? This one? Definitely not that one. Oh, you know what it is? It is this one. I just have to open it and then copy paste it over. Duh. You think you need to grab some ice cream, Don? That sounds tasty. I could go for some ice cream right about now. Over here. Paste that in. Scale it down. I'm just going to extend those out a little bit. There we go. Now, let me look at my other cars here. So that's pretty small. Let's do like that maybe. So we've got a little smaller than that. I'm trying to get it basically so where the lettering is all comfortably nestled between the ribs. I think that looks about good. Then the question is, do I want it there or do I want it one over? I think I want it one over. I think I want it here. There we go. That way the letters won't crinkle, even if the diamond does a little bit. Okay, that's good. Jump through my reference images real quick. Make sure there's nothing I'm missing between. Oh, the cushion service, right. There we go. Now we're good. Oh my gosh, I just realized I grabbed the car data from a different type of car. Oh, I need to double check my numbers. Oh. Where am I? There I am. I completely missed that I was looking at an entirely different type of car for the car data. Hello? What? Oh, that's why. I'm silly. Alright, that was not very good. With AI questions, not me. I don't use AI. How you doing tonight, Ray? I think that's 586, maybe? I don't know. That's 614, definitely. This one I don't know about. FMC 5077. Images. Oh boy. Sure, that looks like a good reference. Okay. Ah! Yes, you can ask me about this AI. Definitely. Definitely, Ray. I built this car pixel by pixel. Yeah, exactly, Billy. One pixel at a time. Yes, I can. I didn't answer your call for responses earlier in the week because I had assumed that someone already had you covered. I saw you. There were a few different responses, so I figured you were already covered. But yeah, if you have any questions, I am happy to help you. Just trying to find a good reference photo here. It's not bad. It's 604. And 596. That can go away. Okay. Yep. Okay. There we go. I got it. All right. So now let's go over to the rest of the car data, which I'm just going to, for now, grab this and bring it down. I know it's all wrong. And it's not even the right. No, it is the right font. Type. Change case to uppercase. There we go. Make that easy for me. All right. Need to pull. All that. All right, let me pull all of this over here first. That looks about right, I think. Hold on. Up a little more. That's about right. Okay. Cubic feet is 5077, not 5277. And I'm going to pull this over to here. Hey, you know, I learned quite a bit in design school, so I'm happy to help. Fire your questions away at me, man. You know, all of these, shoot. All of these, let's just align there. There we go. That's the smart way to do it. All right, 10.8 is correct. Height is 13.7. Exterior width 10.0. Both of those align, horizontal line left. Your Illustrator looks a tad different when you chat offline. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's probably the workspace. Where's it's under window, I think. There are different workspaces you can set up. Workspace, I use Essentials Classic. It's just what I learned at school using. So that's what I tend to use. But there's a bunch of different workspaces, and we can chat offline for sure, and we can figure out something that'll work well for you. Let's see. All of these and these all actually need to be aligned right and pulled to there, and then these need to be pulled over to there. That's the correct lineup. 56 is good for interior length, 9.5 for interior width, 10.7 for interior height, and of course 50.77 for. And let's just one last time align right and pull it over to about there. Pull all this over a little more. Okay. Well, actually, the 5077 is not aligned with anything, which is good to know. It's good to notice, because then that actually does allow me to bring this all in a little more. We'll do that. That looks about right. Yeah. I'd say that's good. Alright, now the most difficult part is getting the COTS box to be right here. Type, change case to uppercase, make all that correct. Oh, this is actually a fantastic. This is a fantastic reference image. I don't know how I didn't see this before. What was my build date? What did I select? Let's see. 678. Okay. 678. I can't tell what that says. I'm just gonna guess at some of these things. Six, 7. Yeah, there it is, right. Man, I really, really wish. Yep, thank you, Billy. Thank you for tuning in on that. Yep. Really wish I had a better reference image for this COT box. It's so hard to find good reference images of the COTS boxes. Which are these, yeah, these black and white boxes on pretty much all rail cars after, it's like 1977 or something, 76. They started putting them on. I don't remember. I don't remember what COTS stands for. It's like a something template stencil. It's something stencil. Let's keep looking through. Let's open this image in a new tab, zoom in on it, see if this is any better. I'm just gonna Start getting, yes, this is an N scale car, so no one's gonna be able to no one's gonna be able to read it. But I'll know. I'll know, Billy, and that means that I will always be frustrated that it's wrong. I think that's good enough. That's fine. Because the thing is, I try to design all my decal sets with the idea that yes, I'm designing them for the most part for N scale, but I try to make them very easy to scale up to HO or O or whatever other scale. I try to include as much detail in there as I can, so it's easy for me to scale them up, scale them down, whatever, and print them at whatever size for whoever. When I complete this Who's Printing My Decals, I've been using for years now. I've been using Fusion Scaled, just because you know they've worked well for me. I've liked their decals. They've been quick and responsive and stuff. So you literally just pulled 2 of your N scale cards, and those are definitely not readable. Absolutely not. No, not a shot. Not a chance in the world. But scale up to O. I'm just saying, anything is possible. If Andy wants any of my cars. Okay. Oh, I did get picked. Stupid black pixels. That annoys me. Way more than it has any right to. BNCCX at the next rock RPM. I don't know, man. It could happen. Could happen. If we get, especially if we get Andy to come up from the city, that'd be, handed off to him there. All right, what am I missing detail wise here? Microtrains has produced a number of readable COTS panels in their N-scale rolling stock. Really? You know what? You're absolutely right, because I remember zooming way in on one of my Microtrains covered hoppers, I think it was, and I was like, "Holy crap! I can read that." I think you're 100% right. I think that's all the detail I need. I think that's everything. Oh, it's not everything. It's not, because I need to draw this. Let's paste. Ooh, that's huge. All right, let's scale that down a little bit. I need to draw this using line work. Let me just make sure that I've got an XM. I've got a new. I don't need those. I don't need those. Okay. Yep, that is good. So, let's bring. Actually, let's delete that. Let's bring it into its own layer. Also, yeah. Bring it to its own layer right here. I gotta unlock it to move it. Did I remember to include a banana for scale? Oh, once I scale the image, I will. All right. Pen tool. Let's just make a new layer for this. FMC. Logo. There to there. That's all sharp. And then I'll do it all sharp for now. HPF patch is missing. Yeah, there you go. That's what I need. Bring this to there. Yeah, I'll definitely need to, There it is, Billy. Yeah, I'll definitely need to get some HPF rolling stock once you kind of figure that out, Ray. We can do a trade. Let's see. This I need to convert to a curve. Ah, damn it. What the hell's the best way to do this? What's the way to do this? I know there's a way to do this. I'm just trying to remember what it is. Path. Let's do it like that. Oh, shoot. No, I didn't want to bring him up. I just wanted to bring him over. There we go. That's it. Alright, so we're going to add another point right there. Bring those two there. Convert to a curve. There. Okay. And now, if I turn that off, there's our F. Now I need the M. To here. Bam. See how that looks. Yep, I'd say that's good. And the C, I'm just going to go right there. And there. All right, now I can get rid of that. There's my FMC. Let me group those. Group. Now I can scale them down, bring them over here. Oops, not duplicate them, bring them over here. Scale it way down. Not quite, but your scheme is their scheme. Patch it over and run. Yeah, yeah. Hey, if it works, it works, right? All right, so now I need to bring in this font. Built by, and then scale it way down to there. Whoops. It's built by them of Portland, Oregon. Oops. Come on. No, it's all caps. Portland, Oregon. What do you want to patch it to, Billy? Is it going to be CSX or an NS? And this also then needs to be about that big. And then all of this needs to come over here. And then get scaled down so that fits in there. And there we go. There it is. That's the car. Almost. Because I still need to do the decals for the ends. Oh man, it's almost 11 o'clock. Holy cow, how'd that happen? Huh. NS should be a white patch. Yes. So my suggestion to you, Billy. I have a couple of suggestions. One, first, if you are interested, if you want to try and paint it, you just paint a square, patch, not patch, mask, rectangle of white about the size of the numbering patch, and then just coat the rest of the model in masking tape, just to encase it, and then spray it, and then you can pull it all off. Or you can try and find white striping decals that are the right height that you need, or stack a couple one on top of the other or something, like that. Seal that on, then do your numbering decals, and then seal that on. Those are the two options that immediately jump to my mind. All right, so I need to quickly look at what do car ends look like on the... I have a model right here. I can look. Okay, it's just a straight line across. That's easy enough. So I'm going to quickly over here put just this, color match that. So that's this. Nope, actually no. This needs to be black. Color match that. There we go. So this is the car end. You're toying with using the double decal method? Yeah. That's the cleanest way of doing it, but it takes, it takes time and practice of building up those couple of layers. Whereas the painting takes some time in order to mask it off right, and it's a little messier. You have the potential of screwing that up, but is, you don't need to wait and seal, and you don't have to build up all these layers, kind of in the same way you would bring it front with decals. BCCS 25113, and that looks like about. We'll bring it down a little bit more. I don't want to make it too big that it won't fit, but I think that's about right. We'll make it a little bit smaller. So yeah, those are just your two options. Both are good options. Neither is a bad choice, but those are the two easiest ways to do it. The other thing you could do is you could see if there's a patch decal set out there, because like Microscale and other decal manufacturers, they do make patch sets sometimes. And if they have an NS1 that has the numbering series you need, you might be good to go. Spring D5. SPRG D5. And this needs to become Champion Stencil. And it needs to be much smaller. Probably about that. Yeah, what locomotive was that, Billy? Was that a Jeep 40 or Jeep 38-2? I can't remember what it was you picked up. 38-2. Okay. Actually, you know what? Here. I think I might have just found something for you, Billy. I will forward it on your way. I can pull it up on my browser here. Oh, where did it go? I thought I saw it. Well, I did. I had it, and now it's gone. Hold on. Let me find this. There it is. Share, copy, Discord to Billy. Billy. There you are. And send. That's it. Microscale has one? Okay, I just found one. I just did a very quick look. If Microscale has one, Microscale I would probably go with first, but I also just sent you one that has all of the... It's like all included. It's basically just a patch with a numbering set. All right, so that is officially the whole car here. This is every bit of lettering that this car would receive on my railroad. Just gonna pull this over to like here. There we go. All right, so now let me quickly save as B and CCS. Save it here, and then save it out as a image file that I can share, just so I can share it with Sam, so he can see what his box cars are going to look like. So I told him I would do 113, and then I also told him I would do 142. Ray, the locomotive he's talking about is N scale. He picked it up at the N scale gathering 2 weekends ago now, down in South Jersey. All right, so anyways, that's how I do my lettering series. That's how I make a decal set. So then from here, you know, basically in order to make it into a decal set and ready to send off to Fusion Scaled, which is because that's who I use. I've had decals printed by pdc.ca. Bill Berlinger there. He did great work. He just is like a one-on-one, you know, one-by-one kind of thing. So I've stuck with Fusion Scale. I've also heard that Highball, you know, I've had some Highball Graphics decals. Those are great. I've heard great things about Circuit City. So there's a lot of printers out there. I just happened to land with Fusion Scale. Let me just quickly make a new document, which is going to be bring this down to the size where I can actually use it. There it is. Width is going to be 8.26 inches. A 5. Yeah, they make it very easy on with their website to just, yeah, you just upload it and it goes. 0.82. And create. So now I will just quickly make a background layer here with a cyan rectangle. Oops. At like 30% opacity. And lock it. And now I can grab all my graphics. Copy. Oops, this one. Paste. Well, of course I have to scale it first. I don't think this is scaled right for end scale. Yeah, for this car is, let's find out how long this car is, and we can scale it real quick. I'll show you how I do my scaling. Basically, I just take out my caliper here, ensure it's zeroed, and then I'll go from like known points. So on this, I'm gonna do end of the car to end of the car. Oh, jeez. It zeroed weird. 0. Wham. Use to simulate color. Oh. I didn't even remember. That one I didn't even actually know was an option. 3.871 inches. That's actually good to know, Paul. I didn't know that. Here, 3.871 inches at 0 degrees. Okay. So that's how long the car is. Which means then we have to grab all of this, including that. And scale it down. And I'm sure there's a better way to do this. Yeah, exactly, Paul. There's always, no matter how many things I know, there's always a sharing. But I'm glad I could teach them as well. All right, still too big. Let's bring it back down some more. This is the one thing I don't know what the best way to do it is. I just do it manually like this, but there's definitely a better way to scale the drawing. That's pretty close. Let me just bring it in a hair more. Out a hair. That's good enough. That's pretty much right on the money. It's within like 0.01 inches, which will, or 0.001. So, all right. Let's quickly get rid of this. Lock this again, save this as end scale. Okay, okay. Now I can select all of this. Control C. Go to my A5 sheet. Control V. That looks a lot better. So that's it. That right there is a full boxcar worth of decals. And I'll just quickly unlock this, select this, object, path, offset, path, minus 0.25 inches. Hey, train stream. Good to see you. It's been a while. Unfortunately, you're jumping in right as I'm finishing up my stream. I was just working on doing these decals for a boxcar, but good to have you in. So there it is. That's one full boxcar set. And I can, you know, I'll probably group some, like I would group this. Well, actually, before I do any of that, I would you know, select everything. I have to select everything. I have to oh no, I have to select just font. Select. Oh no, it's select same. Font family, and then that, select same font family. What? Why did it select? And I have to do it one font at a time. I thought there was a way to do it. It's oh, that's what it is. Select all text objects, and then I can object. Expand. This should be an RPM clinic. Bring your own laptop. Hey, you know, I could totally do that. I'd figure out a relatively easy thing to do. That way, it doesn't take, you know, an hour and a half. You know, it could be as simple as just like a small locomotive, because a small locomotive is not going to have that much font. That's the issue with this, is that, you know, this has probably like 50 or 60 individual text boxes that I had to do. Why is this not working? Object. Excuse me. Expand. There it is. Expand. There we go. Good. So that is expanded. Now that it's expanded, basically the reason you expand it is so that if you use any fonts that are unique to your, you know, I have my own branded fonts for, you know, things like my lettering up here, and then I downloaded the font for the stencils. So I you know, all those fonts, the person who's printing it probably doesn't have those fonts. So by expanding it, you just turn it into line work, just into artwork, and then it doesn't matter, you know, they won't get, you know, font failures. So that makes that good. And then like all of these, object. Yeah, I want to expand all of these into, you know, if I select object, Same stroke color. Sure. Object. Ugh, some of these things have to be in. Some of these things have to be in groups or something. It's not expanding. I'll have to go in and do it individually. But you expand all your paths to be, you know, artwork like this. That way it won't, you know, there's no chance of it accidentally be printing as a straight line if you want the dashed line or curved line or whatever. And then once that's done, you get it set up. I usually like to, so I'll probably put both cars on the same sheet, and you know, this is an A5 sheet. You can do A5, A6, or A4 sheet on fusion scaled. Excuse me. So I'll probably do like that, and then I have to go in and change these numbers to 4 and 2, 4 and 2, or 4 and 6, maybe, or 4 and 2. I have to go back and check what Sam wanted, but yeah, I just changed all those numbers. I try to put multiple things on one decal sheet, but I'll save them as individual decal sheets. That way I have them available if people want them. And then I just go to Fusion Scaled's website, which I can quickly pull up. So I'll probably, you know, I drew this in A5. I'll probably upgrade it to an A4 and put nope, not hobbies, graphics. Fusion Scale graphics. And then I do supplied graphics printing. So I did draw an A5. I'll probably up it to an A4. Well, no, I'll leave it as an A5 half sheet. Because I basically, what I'm going to do probably is I'll have those 2 boxcars sets, and I'll squeeze them in a little tighter so that they're a little more space efficient for myself before printing. And then I will also probably throw some decal sets for my Tofsy trailers and my intermodal containers on there as well. Once I get those all drawn up, I have the basic graphics done. I just need to go in and do all of the lettering. And then, you know, you go to, I go to here. It's, you know, I add it to cart, and then I do it to, you click right here, choose file. You upload your file right to there, and then once you pay, it'll just go. So it's fairly easy. So with that, I think I'm gonna wrap because I am very tired. I had a long weekend of enjoying time with my brother for his graduation up in Syracuse. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed Train Stream. I'll see what I can do with that. I will see if I can find you on Discord there. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it there. Just dropping in from the bowels of Denver, well, level 4 at least. Well, glad you could hop in for a minute here, Adam, right as I'm wrapping up. But yeah, thanks guys so much for tuning in tonight. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. And I will see you guys all on the next track.